Good morning, everyone, or those who will watch this later. Hope you had a beautiful day. Thank you for joining um, this morning. It's really good to see and be with you. So, and apologies for the late notice last week. Just some big changes have happened in my life, which happens from time to time, and here we are. And it's just as I'm putting together the pieces, it's all making a lot of sense. So, what we're going to be looking at now is this idea that we come in as these big souls. And, when you look into a baby's eyes, where the parents have been healthy and the mother's been healthy through, and there's no, real complications. Oh my gosh, those eyes are just so full of light and something beyond this world. And they laugh about it, especially if you see them, they laugh about it. And what I've been able to ascertain over these last couple of weeks is that this potential, the potential for a pure activation of more than two of the DNA fibers is possible, but there are things that in this reality at this time really are not allowing that. And every once in a while, some soul comes in and they're so strong and nothing gets in their way. And they get to be one of those special beings that comes through. Now, sometimes those special beings will also have a track of soul history. And sometimes they just are here to clear it in a variety of different ways and manners. And sometimes that soul history is pretty clear. And these are the beautiful beings that come through to show us the way. But what I'm seeing is an addressing. So we activated 3 strands, and it's going to take a while for us to really delve into what that means and to delve into the process. But the first strand that is beyond the two that we hope to clear and activate are especially this first one, is really deals with imprinting in your first formative years, 2, 3, 4 years, and then continues on, for some people, depends, continues on into their second and third strand. But for now, this is what we're looking at. So sometimes what happens then is that we are going to manifest experiences that bring us back to whatever is unclear through our childhood that may be even affecting us right now. So this could be, a parent that wasn't well in one way or the other, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or two, or, bonding and relationship issues between the two parents, lineage, ancestral lineage. We've talked about this before. Victim aggressors that go way back into through the lineage. And a lot of us are here at this time not to carry on these things, but to clear them. And and so we do the work. So here is where we have kind of gotten to so far. We're in this co-process. I'm going to say a co-process of upgrading to 5,6D quantum crystalline. And we're doing that, if for no other reason, because it's our destiny to do it. And it is a process. We're also working and being called to do things potentially for humanity or the planet or our family or a group. Because there's definitely a line of energy now that's unfolding in 3D that is taking taking us and the world in a certain direction that feels very historically reminiscent of some, other very, very bad times. The world wars, for instance, and racial and uh, religious disparities and things like that. So to become quantum crystalline, we have to upgrade our energetic body, and that requires that we activate additional strands. So you can see all this here. As you will recall, and I hope that you've been working with the 7D so no, and using that in moments, calling upon it to track through your reality, track through life in a more, well, waveform, so that your will and your ego is not directing you in a straight line. I have to have that, or I'm going to do that, but that there's some fluidity there. And I love the waveform as that sign of fluidity of moving forward or actually tracking the ups and downs of manifestation in this world. And this waveform, we can track it in a couple of different ways. If we're thinking kind of about our lifespan, I see it as a valley and a peak and a valley and a peak. And, as waveforms, to our knowledge, tend to move in a one direction. In other words, they're not all over the place in their waveform, except for that track of valley and peak. But there's also this other kind of curve that's happening here, and that's the curve of evolution. So, in one hand, if we're committing that I can't do it this time, committing to I can't do it this time, I don't have enough energy, my beliefs are too strong to go in this direction, etc., etc. There is, a tendency to go. It's kind of like a doubling down, and it's just a directional spiral that's going counterclockwise, and we don't have to attach any meaning to that. It's just directional and apparent, and other beings are speaking to this. If we are, on the other hand, seeking to really, I say up level, because upgrade tends to kind of be in these kind of chunks, like these promotions, where I see up leveling as again a curvy flow. And perhaps that flow goes around, in that wave, that spiral as a wave. That's how I would like to feel and think about it. So, in order to stay wavy, really good to have the guidance through Sono. And you will also have some innate guidance from your soul. And hopefully, most of you have heard me speak about this. Some of you have been with me, but really, in the IC work that we did, one of the first things we did is activate our soul stars above our head. So I am the soul, I am light divine, I am love, I am will, I'm spiritual purpose, and so I'm connected to the divine. So we have this mandate, shall we say, to be be a soul guided person and to actually allow the soul to come in full purpose into what we call our vehicles and inhabit our vehicles with our soul purpose, with a knowledge inside of why we are here, and to resonate with that. And yet at the same time, find the flow, the yes, 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 the love, love, love through the ego stuff so that it's like this. And sometimes we get upset or disturbed or sad or angry or afraid. And then we have to go, oh my gosh, I'm feeling emotions and allow those emotions to move out of us. Because as things come up, there will be emotional resonances. There just will be. It's it's having a vehicle. And unless you're a very sublimely enlightened person, um, someone crashes into your car or you fall, hurt your ankle, and you just go, Om Shanti, Om. I mean, I'm assuming that there's people who've made it to that level, but we're in process with that. We're in process with that. So now, today what we're going to work together into uh going doing a little bit of a dive into that third strand. That's our first one to activate. We'll call it the third strand. And some of this, you'll recognize. And it is possible that each strand is related to a QC feature that is not normally activated in humans. So we're going to discover things about our possibility. And today I was drinking some tea and I got, in my little tea bag, it said, know the unknown, hear the unheard, and seek the unknown, and seek the unknown. Know the unknown and seek. Can't really quite read that. It's not quite. Seek the unseen. Seek the unseen. So I thought that's just so pertinent. And then when I see something like that, I go, this is 5D talking to me, so I can talk to you. And so, upon rising in the morning, I get up and I go, how am I doing? How am I feeling? And I clear and I get my ahas. And I'm lucky because I take my dog on a 5D walk and we look at nature and hear the birds and things drop in. So we have activated three stands and have begun the soul clearing process. And this can activate challenges in your life that address continuing hooks into 3D consciousness. So it can be lack. That's a hook, lack. So that's money, that's survival, that's love, that's confidence, that's oh gosh, material things that are necessarily or wanted, on and on and on. So a hook is definitely lack. The other one is conflict. It's like someone looked at me funny, I got an argument with so and so. It could be the conflict that's existing outside of us, but is disturbing. Could be the national conflicts, on and on and on, the world conflicts. It's all, hooks into 3D. And then control, someone controlling us, or we're wanting to control reality. That's a big hook, right? And then This is another one. This is a huge one that we can't even track because this is what happens by inference, by experience, and by uh, reference as we babies. It's called programming. And you're literally taught that that's a table and that's a chair and don't do that and don't make me mad and you're not okay or all the programming that doesn't serve our soul coming into density and being invited in and nourished and loved there. And so, and many of us have come from, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. And reality was different then. And it was, in some ways it was simpler, but a lot of what was happening is we had to be programmed in order to, be the right kind of look, have the right kind of behavior, be accepted, in school. I mean, on and on. You can think about it, but pretty, pretty, pretty heavy programming. I imagine very few babies and young people that were, when they were being amazing, that the parent didn't go, oh my God, so amazing. We got to keep this. We got to start listening to this kid. This kid's got it. We don't have it. It's just, I can't even imagine what percentage that's happened, you know, in um in our 3D world. So, we've activated and I'm calling this Sona. I kind of went and tracked it, and it's beyond 5 and 60. It's 70. It's Sono. And we're bringing that into the back here. We're bringing it through in here so that it's not so much in the free prefrontal cortex. Let the thinking goes on right here. And sometimes it's very one-sided and it can be very left brain. And if you're a creative, yay, you can get to use the right brain, but processing has to happen, in the prefrontal cortex with just all the emotional things that are going on. So it's just an easier flow to have it come in through the back, and it's kind of coming in somewhere up here and it's going in. You can feel it. You're kind of, maybe it's when I'm feeling it, for me, it's on my skull directly behind. It's kind of a swoop in, it's kind of a swoop in there. And, it's not coming from a straight line, it's manifesting here. And um, let's just take a moment and collectively activate this 5D quantum perspective into our fields. Okay, so let's let's just all settle in and take a breath in. Listen to your exhale. Maybe just sashay a little bit side to side. Get your body situated, right? Listening to that exhale. In a way, we want to allow that exhale. We want to know that that exhale is opening the door for so no. We're going to have about 5 minutes here, more or less, all go in. And if you get something, I want you to write it down either now or later. And so no, nodding the head. Yes, 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 yes. So no. Yes, yes, And they are asking me to open the gate of heaven so that that which comes through has an extraordinary amount of light. Hmm. And I'm being asked to offer to you this beautiful flow of, it looks to me like angelic energy, and it's being offered to you as divine protection. So I'm seeing that coming into our field and into each of you. And they're asking us to bring this light, this divine angelic light, down the back body, all the way to the adrenal area, kind of around where the kidneys are. Just bring it back there and just let that light shine brilliantly, brilliantly, brilliantly. And also imagine or see or tune into, experience that it fans out into your back body, like behind you. It fans out into what we've called the shadow body and bringing light into all the rings holding experience. And in some cases, potentially entrapment. Just let that radiate down and shine, emanate into the back body until you can begin to feel its warmth. And this, I'm being told, is part of so no. Extinguishing the dark with the extreme divine light. And then allow this downpouring of light to bless you. And begin to enter your vehicle from behind. And then they are telling me, let it bless your heart. Yes, 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 yes. And now this beautiful array moves actually through your front body and into your front body and into your front field and all around you like a beautiful skirt of light. And seeing this angelic skirt of light actually as a resonance that will assist in guiding you in your transverse through 3D day by day. And now see it all around you like a beautiful skirt emanating out from above, from beyond your soul star. It's this beautiful, protective, angelic light that's a flow of radiation back, forward, side, that you're in it. You're in it. And it is activated. And you call upon it. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So, yes, you can choose a moment to open your eyes. And interestingly enough, we're seeing this vision of this light coming down here. Now it's kind of forming a little bit of a star, but you can see the quality of it. This light looked to be a little bit more warm. So that's why it was being referred to as heavenly angelic light. A little bit more warmth to it, and rather than crystalline based, light based. And I will at some point see if I can co-create this vision. Although if you look at our first slide, that's what it looks like, actually. Okay, so now we're going to continue on and see what else is in store today. So now we're about this, bringing that soul frequency down when we do our work together and activating that DNA. Now, this is, to me, turning out to be a bigger deal than one could imagine. That's why I think we need that light. We need that light because we just don't even realize everything encoded into our 3D. There's 3D and then there's our 3D. So we've done this work of, activating the first three. And, we had this beautiful mudra. As you will see, so right fingers point up, left fingers point down. And again, it's an invite. I think that the nodding of the head is an invite. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to hold this mudra for a few moments, close our eyes and nod. And bring our attention to that space just behind us and a bit above where we would imagine the kidneys would be. If you know spinal levels, it's about T12. And we're tuning into that third strand. And they're telling me it has to do with the programming we receive as infants. So allowing yourself to bring your consciousness down to this DNA model and touch into that potential for the third strand, and knowing that the infant and the soul are, in most cases, sublimely connected at this point. And the soul's downloading the lessons. all your lessons for this life. Ah. And so we're going to just nod and observe this download. And knowing that the probability that you chose the exact parents and situation that you manifested in is a very high probability. I'm going to give it a 99. So now nod as the soul. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this. And then here we reflect on any indicators or information coming through that we recognize as a steering point to what our life is going to be. Its direction, its path, its trials, its tribulations, achievements, accomplishments. And here we are, and we're nodding to accept the download. It's a contract. Now, this time, I want you to encode love, 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 love. While in this time travel, back to this moment, there's an acceptance, an observation, acceptance of the what is, but now we're encoding love, love, love. We're encoding a spiral of love that's circulating. And we're building in grace. We're calling in I am grace. I am love. I am grace. I am love. I am grace. And there comes a moment where you'll sense, okay, it's encoded. Okay, now, between now and next week, this is to be done total of 3 times. You can do it more. And you want to see that spiral. So you're encoding that strand. I am love. Yes, 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 yes. And I am grace. Yes, 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 yes. And now allowing that to sink all the way through your vehicle into your root chakra. There you go. All right, you all are doing it. I can see it. It's beautiful. You're doing it. And what that is doing is enhancing our crystalline field. Wow. And I can see the spirals. Mm-hmm. And the matrix. And throughout the day, why not? Just if you're cutting vegetables or driving down a familiar street or sitting in silence in the park. I am love, spiral. I am grace, spiral. The DNA strands, they spiral. Activating that next possibility, including that in, including it in, including it in. Okay. Very, very good. Very, very good. Now, what may happen is it may just shift something very important for you, but it could also contradict something you've been holding about yourself. So, as this soul karma, like, okay, I am love, I am grace, well, that contradicts, well, no, I'm not. Then things might come up and arise, and you can use the vortex, um, to bring this through. Just swirl it through and all the way down into the ground. Why not? Just take it into Earth. Earth knows 3D, doesn't have a problem with 3D. Just take it right in. And you can do these swishes while you're in meditation, or if you're doing something. Swish, swish, swish. There we go. I mean, that's how when I first started, I had to do a lot of switching. This was, oh my gosh. It's hard to believe. Yeah, 40 some years ago, almost 50 years ago. Okay. So you can see those kind of going down, going down, going down. And if you're standing, take it through your feet. If you're sitting, you can take it through your root chakra. But you're going to clear resonances, holding that soul purpose mudra while streaming the vortexes. If you can, you can also you know, just activate it with a saw, right? Okay, and into the earth. So this gives us some really empowered redreaming here. This is the deepest redreaming I've ever even imagined. So, this could just absolutely unfold this beautiful spiral of grace and love in your life. Or it could go, well, yeah, we got a little challenge here for you. And stay in your heart about whatever the challenges are that come up and bless yourself and know that we're on this path and we're in for a very interesting year and we're just going to keep doing the work, and unless there's some big unforeseen shift in my life beyond this, uh, or you not being able to attend. So we're going to keep on the best we can. Okay. All right. Love, love, love. Um, keep on up leveling in whatever way you can. And I bless you all. I bless you all. Namaste.